I still hear it sometimes, that dull thump, when my backpack hit the dirt, like the sound of something private being taken out of me and put on display. The sun wasn't even fully up yet. The air still had that cold, wet smell of pine and fog, and for a second I honestly thought it was going to be one of those perfect mornings. You know what I mean? Just me, the trail, my breath finally slowing down after a long week. Then the flashlight cut through the half-light and hit me square in the face, bright enough that I had to squint, and a voice said, "Hey, stop right there." Not friendly, not curious, not even neutral. It was the kind of voice that already decided something about you before you open your mouth. 3 seconds into the day, and somehow I was already a problem. I slowed down, hands open, because that's muscle memory at this point. I'm 35 years old. I hiked to clear my head, not to make a statement, not to be brave, just to feel normal for a while. I'd been out on this trail system, near a small mountain town. Nothing glamorous, just trees, rocks, that deep quiet you can't get anywhere else. I'd slept light, got up early, and was heading toward a junction when the officer stepped out from near his truck. His name tag said Branson. He didn't say good morning. He didn't ask how the hike was. He looked at me like I'd wandered into the wrong room at a private party. "Where you headed?" he asked. I told him. "Got a permit," I added, already reaching slowly for it. He didn't look at the permit, he looked at my backpack. "Open it," he said. "Now." That feeling hit me right then, that familiar mix of tired and tight in the chest, like here we go again. I asked calm as I could, "Am I being detained?" He took a step closer and said, "Don't get smart." Then almost casually, like it was just an observation, he said, "Don't see many like you out here." I didn't react because reacting is how you lose control of the story. I just nodded, unbuckled my pack, and set it down. And while I'm doing that, 3 hikers come walking up behind me. All white, same boots, same gear, same early morning energy. Branson glances at them, smiles, tells them to enjoy their hike. They smile back and keep moving. No questions, no flashlight, no hands near a holster. They don't even slow down, and I'm standing there thinking, yeah, that happened. That's the difference right there. He tells me to empty everything, so I do. Tent stove, filter food, first aid kit, journal, all of it laid out on damp ground like evidence in a crime scene that doesn't exist. Another officer pulls up, younger, quieter, looks uncomfortable, but doesn't say anything. Branson starts poking through my stuff with his boot, narrating out loud like he's performing. "This gear's expensive," he says. "What do you do for work?" I tell him. "Government." He smirks. "Government assistance." He laughs at his own joke and looks at the other officer like he expects backup. He doesn't get it. And I'm standing there, calm on the outside jaw, tight on the inside, thinking how weird it is that you can do everything right and still be treated like you're hiding something. I had my phone recording, not obvious, just enough. I didn't announce it. I never do. You learn to document quietly because if you wait until things go bad, it's already too late. A little while later, an older guy comes up the trail, late 60s, maybe steady voice, steady hands. He stops, looks at the scene, pulls out his phone. "This doesn't look right," he says. Branson tells him to move along. The guy doesn't. "I'm recording," he says instead, and I swear you could feel the temperature shift. Branson's shoulders stiffen. He doesn't like witnesses. Then a young woman comes up, sees the phones, and immediately goes live. You can tell she's done it before. She whispers to her camera, "This cop is searching this black hiker for no reason." And suddenly the quiet trail isn't quiet anymore. Phones are buzzing, people are stopping, comments are rolling in. Branson starts asking sharper questions, louder questions. "You got receipts for this stuff," he says, holding up my water filter like it's contraband. "It's hiking gear," I say. "So you say." He starts taking pictures of my belongings like he's building a story out of thin air. He flips open my journal, sees shorthand notes, coordinates times. "What's this?" he asks. "Trail notes." He squints. Looks like code. I almost laughed because when facts don't work, suspicion fills the gap. I ask him calm, "What reasonable suspicion do you have that I've committed a crime?" He leans in. "Don't quote law at me." I say I'm just asking what I'm being detained for. He says suspicious activity. I ask what activity. He says don't need to explain that. And that's when it really sinks in. There is no crime. There's just a feeling he has about me. Time stretches. I check my watch. Almost an hour. A supervisor arrives. Tired eyes, already wanting this to go away. Branson gives his version, uses words like uncooperative, evasive. The older man cuts in, immediately says that's not true, that I've been calm the whole time. The supervisor sighs and looks at me. "If you just cooperate, this will go faster." I look at her and say I am cooperating. I'm being profiled. She hesitates, then says the line I've heard 1,000 times. Let's not make it about race. And something in me just goes quiet because if we don't name it, it never changes. Branson pulls out handcuffs, says I'm being arrested for obstruction. The crowd murmurs. The live stream is blowing up. People are tagging everyone they can think of. I take a breath and say slow, "Officer, I need to reach into my pack. There's an inner pocket. I'm going to do it slowly." Hands go to holsters. The air gets thick. Someone gasps. The woman filming keeps saying, "Everybody stay calm." And then another officer steps in, newer, sharper, actually professional. She gives clear instructions, keeps everyone from escalating. I nod and move slowly because I know this moment matters. I pull out the credential holder and open it so everyone can see. The badge catches the light and for a split second nobody says anything. Branson's face drains of color. His mouth opens, but nothing comes out. The other officer whispers something under his breath. The supervisor stares. The older man lets out this stunned laugh like his brain is trying to catch up. The woman filming freezes. Even the live stream seems to pause. I don't smile. I don't gloat. I just say I'm on assignment, and you've compromised it. Branson finally manages, "I didn't know." I look at him and say, "You weren't supposed to know. You were supposed to leave me alone." Things move fast after that. Calls get made, tones change, suddenly nobody wants to touch anything. Federal vehicles arrive unmarked efficient. Body cams are collected. Witness statements are taken. The sheriff shows up already sweating, already aware this is bigger than him. My name, my credentials, my clearance, all verified in minutes. Branson's record comes up. Complaints, patterns, stuff that was buried. And then I hand over the report I'd been carrying, data on stops, numbers broken down by race percentages that make your stomach drop. The sheriff reads it, swallows hard. A federal agent tells him quietly that he can fix this now or have it fixed for him in public. He chooses now. Branson is suspended on the spot. Supervisors are written up, reforms are agreed to, real ones, not just statements. Oversight, audits, training, public reporting, cameras everywhere. And standing there watching it all, I feel something complicated. Relief, sure. Satisfaction, maybe. But mostly this heavy sadness because I know exactly why this turned out differently. Not because I was calmer, not because I knew the law, not because I was right, but because I had a badge they respected. And that shouldn't be what it takes. When it's finally over, I pack my gear back up slow and careful like I'm trying to reclaim the morning. The forest is still there, birds still sing, wind still moves through the trees. But I'm different, because the truth is the next person they do this to might not have anything to reveal. They might just be someone who wanted a quiet hike. And if nobody films it, if nobody stays, it disappears. So I want to know what you think. Was that officer just doing his job or doing what he thought he could get away with? If you were there, would you have kept walking or would you have been a witness? Drop your thoughts below, argue with me, share your story. Because silence is how this keeps happening, and stories, uncomfortable as they are how it starts to change.